Hey guys, so we're going to do a review of this microphone today. What is this? The Alctron CM6 Mkii. Let's talk about it.
So the big question is this: how do voiceover artists like us who are looking to take our careers to the next level, but don't buy into the claims of needing expensive equipment and demos, start bringing in new clients? How do you follow a clear path to changing your voiceover side hustle into your full-time job and stick it to those that said you couldn't? Those are the questions, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Earl Hall, and welcome to In the Booth with Earl Hall, where we know how to grind and don't quit.
Hey guys, and welcome into this edition of In the Booth with Earl Hall. Notice anything different? Now, the first thing, we're going to get into this morning is, first of all, the sound is probably a lot different from what you're accustomed to hearing. But I wanted to do a broadcast using this mic. This is the microphone that I'm going to be giving away to one of the first 10 registrants of the webinar that I'm going to be doing this coming Sunday at 3 p.m. Central. You can register. The link is in the description for the webinar we're going to be doing on Audacity. We're going to be going deep into Audacity and learning how to do VO like a pro using Audacity. So I hooked this mic up, and one of the first things that I noticed, and I did a recording too that I will share with you guys as well, to show you exactly what it sounds like. Now, through the broadcast software that I use, which is OBS, I had to do some finagling and some gating because this mic, it's a condenser and it picks up everything. So I'm sure already you're noticing some in and outs or whatever with me talking. And that's the gate that I put inside of OBS in order to block out a bunch of the background noise that this condenser mic picks up. You guys know as well as I do, a condenser mic, if you're in an open area, it's going to pick up a lot of the noise, a lot of the ambient noise. And there is a lot of ambient noise even in this space, which is kind of funny because before I had my whisper room, I recorded in this space, but obviously I was able to do editing and able to do some compression and able to do some noise gating and all that stuff to produce the final product. And I'm going to let you hear what that sounds like with this particular mic. Now, again, this is a prize that I'm going to be giving to only one of the first 10 people that registers for the webinar that comes up this coming Sunday, 10 a.m. Comes in this little fantastic little carry case right here. I got this sent to me because they wanted me to do a mic review, and so it's good to start getting free stuff. So as I get free stuff, I just give it away to people that would like to have it or that win a contest or whatever. Let's see here. I'll show you a picture of everything that comes in this little case. Where's my little picture here? I can transition that over. So that's everything that you get in the case. That comes in the beautiful little case that it comes in. You get obviously the microphone, you get the shock mount, you get the pop filter, which actually you can see that I'm using. So I'm using all of the stuff here that comes in the case. So this is it. This is what the winner of this particular contest will be getting. Before I go into let you actually hear, I recorded, in Adobe Audition, what this mic sounds like. What does this sound like to you? Just in broadcast mode. What are you picking up from this microphone? I'm kind of interested to kind of hear your response just from using this mic. Now, and again, I'm using some gating within OBS software for the broadcast software that I use so that it doesn't pick up a bunch of the ambient noise that is clear or that is here in the room. Mage Pro is saying actually the U87 loves big open spaces, booths, not so much. Mage is also saying this is nicer than more expensive mics. Okay. What are you guys and ladies and gentlemen thinking about the sound on this that you're hearing from me right now before I go into showing you what I did inside of Adobe Audition this morning? So you're going to be able to hear what this sounds like, and I recorded it right from where I'm sitting. And then basically I went in and did my processing and editing and noise gating and all that kind of stuff. So I'm interested in hearing what you guys have to say about it. One of the things that's coming up too, well, you're going to hear that. Well, you know what? I'll turn off the gating. Let me see here. For my main mic, filters, and let us take the noise gate off. Okay, so now there's no noise gate. So you're probably hearing a bunch of noise. Let me know if that's true. And here's your room tone. Okay, so you got a couple of seconds of room tone there without me speaking with that. So again, I'm interested in what this sounds like to you. I'm going to turn back on the gating because I know that that's an issue. And it's probably sounding really noisy at this point. And boom. So now the noise gate should be back on with that. So did you guys hear the difference when I turned off the gate and when I turned the gate back on? Okay, Emil is saying unless you are listening on studio monitors, you really won't notice a difference. Gate works fine, and that's true. If you don't have some cans on, or you're not listening, on some speakers or whatever, you're probably not going to. If you're just listening to this, I don't know, through your phone or whatever, put in your earplugs or something like that, your earphones and your ear jack. That'll probably work a little better, so you can get some true sound for this. So yeah, where or how you're listening to this is definitely going to make a difference. Now, I'll tell you what I think about the microphone. The microphone is bright. And when I say bright, the high ends are almost tinny to me. It's almost a tinny sound. And so that's why when I recorded in Adobe Audition, I changed my complete EQ. Normally, I roll off my bass and I increase the highs when I'm using my Neumann in the booth or any other mic. This mic seems to have a very bright high end that you can almost detect as a little bit tinny. So I had to change my EQ, and that's with any mic. I mean, mics have different coloring of your voice, and that's why it's so important to choose a right mic for your voice. Obviously, a higher end mic it could be better, but you could get some real great sound from a low end mic. So it just depends, on what it is that you're listening to, or how you're hearing it. But you've always got to make sure that your EQ is right for your voice, no matter what microphone it is that you're using. This microphone retails at I think $129. I have a link to it in the description. But again, I'm giving this microphone, the whole kit and caboodle, away to one of the first 10 people that register for the webinar. So, and I think I don't even know if we're there yet. I know that yesterday when I looked, there were 8-9 people. And so there might be 1 or 2 spots left. So if you're not registered for the webinar, register right now if you want to have a chance at winning this mic. But now this is an XLR mic. It's not USB. It's an XLR and, condenser microphone. You can see the presence of what it looks like, with that. So what I want to do now is I'm going to share my Adobe Audition screen, and I'm going to let you take a listen to what I recorded. And so here's my screen in Adobe Audition. I'm going to mute my mic so that there is no interference from my room tone or my breathing or moving in my chair. you're just going to hear the raw sound of what it sounds like. Now, what I'm going to do, you can see over here, this is my rack in here. And so what I have on my rack, I have the debreather, I have a gate. I'm going to come back and talk about that gate, especially for noise reduction. I have my de-esser on, I have my speech volume leveler, and I have a hard limiter, and I have my 6-band EQ that is on there. And I'll let you take a look. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. I think no, you won't be able to see this because of how I'm recording. All right. I was going to show you the levels on my 6-band EQ, but I can't show them to you. So what I did was, you can see right down here, this little button means it's off. My rack is off, so it's not going to be affecting anything that's played. That means when you see the green, it's on. So I'm going to turn the rack off, and let me turn my microphone off, and I'm just going to play the raw recording, no processing at all. This is what this mic sounds like right here where I'm sitting. Okay, so this is the test of the Alctron CM6 Mkii. Doing a little test here to see what the sound quality is going to be like. Just recording in my open studio, not in my whisper room, just to get a sound check to see what this actually sounds like with and without processing. I'm recording in an environment that it would be kind of comparable to someone that just has a home studio that's kind of operating in an open room and needs to record voiceover. Okay, so that was the raw sound. That was the raw sound of the microphone as I'm sitting right here where you guys see me every day. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on my processing, and you're going to hear what this sounds like processed with my debreather, my gate, my noise gate, my de-esser, speech volume leveler, hard limiter, and my 6-band EQ. Those are the only things that I have on processed. So turning off my mic again. Okay, so this is the test of the Alctron CM6 Mkii. Doing a little test here to see what the sound quality is going to be like. Just recording in my open studio, not in my whisper room, just to get a sound check to see what this actually sounds like. Okay, so that gives you a little flavor in regards to what this mic sounds like raw, and also what it is that you can do after processing. What do you guys think? Was there a big difference? Did the processing sound better? What did you think about the raw audio that this mic was able to record? So I'm interested in seeing that. Yep, is sensitive to mouth sounds, which a lot of condensers are. And depending on the artist, myself, right now I've got a dry mouth, so I'm dealing with that. I've got my water off to the side, and I'll probably gulp that down after the broadcast. But yeah, mouth sounds are coming through. Steve-O is saying, my speakers are on fire. Give me some context. What does that mean? Tell me, Steve-O, what does that mean? I don't know what that means. Is the mic too loud? Is it clear? I need your opinions on this microphone, because this is key. I'm doing this obviously as a review of the microphone, but what you guys say matters in regards to this thing, not only just because I'm giving it away for free on Sunday. Let's see here. Mage is saying, honestly, for $130, the case, cable, and shock mount are almost worth it without the mic. Yeah, right. And mic would be greater for people just starting out. Yeah, this is not a mic that I would not purchase this mic at the level that I'm at. If you're a new person starting out and $120 meets your budget, you can work with it and try and adjust certain things as far as the levels and all of that in post after you record. Mage is saying, did you raise the overall gain after the recording? What is that yellow line? Yeah, the yellow line, and let me go back to that. Let me take a look, and I'm assuming let me see what you guys actually saw. because I didn't share my whole screen. And let me play this again. With and without. Okay, with and without processing. Okay, the yellow line that was appearing down here, that shows the volume. And one of the things I did not do is I have a limiter that I limit the sound so it does not clip or go above the green or whatever. Let me turn the limiter on and let's see what it sounds like with the limiter on. Okay, so this is the test of the Alctron CM6 Mkii. Doing a little test here to see what the sound quality is going to be like. Okay, now what you guys didn't see, you saw the lines up here, but you're not seeing what's at the bottom of my screen, which is what the output is. It does not clip because I have my limiter set at -6. So nothing will go above -6. And that's actually what you were hearing in that. So the lines that were up here in the area below my rack, that was like true sound, but at the bottom of the screen in the levels, it gives me actual sound. So it does not clip. It will go into the yellow, but I don't see much of an issue with it going into the yellow. You just don't want it to go into the red. In some cases, you don't want it to go into the yellow. But again, it comes down to how you tweak the settings for the particular mic, that you're using. Let's see, Mage. Wow, really hot. Okay, it's really hot in regards to. Let me just take a little bit more. Is it a little sensitive towards mouth? Yeah, okay. My speakers are on fire. Processed could lower the gain or use a limiter in your chain. Both were very clear. The EQ helped take some of the sharpness out. The yellow line on the waveform is what I was thinking about. Yeah, I got that. And that's why I went back and showed. So I turned my limiter on so that the output would not go above -6 dB. And that's the limiter I have pretty much across the board on whatever mic I'm using, even on my Neumann. I don't want anything going above -6 dB with that. So yeah, as far as a microphone goes, with any mic, obviously this is a quick test of this microphone and how it sounds and some of the things you can potentially do with it in post-production in regards to getting your sound to sound right. I'm running this through, actually, I'll if I can't share the camera. Because you guys know I've got a second camera in my studio now. I just have to find where it is. Okay, there it is. Let me transition this over. All right, so with this being said, all right, there's my setup. Here's how it's set up. I have it only running through my mixer, and I have it going in the first input. I do have some gain on it. It's probably not going to clear up too much to that, but you can kind of see the gain is about 1 o'clock on that, which may be a bit hot. It's coming in the first channel here, the first fader, and I've got that set about exactly where it needs to be set. On that, there's the mic you guys are used to seeing with, I had set it in my cup and it turned it over. Luckily, there was no liquid in there. All of this matters. I don't have it running through my Focusrite. I have it running through my mixer. That's going to make a difference in the sound. And then obviously, even some of these settings here in the EQ could matter. So this is a lot more control that I can have over the sound, but I'm not using anything. I'm trying to just use it raw, basically, with what I've got set up. So all of that makes a difference with that. So let me turn off my side cam and come back to my lovely face. Here's the camera. Here's my second camera that I use. So I'm going to be using this in a lot of different training sessions, with that. So off to the side here, ready to use when I get ready to use it. So what you use in your chain is going to affect the input and the output of what you get. And that's kind of why I showed you the setup. I haven't done any checking with I haven't played with a bunch of stuff. I just wanted to kind of give you mostly a raw impression of what this microphone can do. Steve-O, unprocessed, my cheap speakers got loud. You really need to ask Mage. Okay, yeah. Mage does listen to on stuff, I think probably in his studio. But you have some experience that newbies might not have, and will really be excited to combine that mic with building a chain in Audacity this weekend. Absolutely. So what does it sound like inside? What does it sound like inside the MK2 with noise gate? I'm not sure what you're asking. I'm not too sure what you're asking, Mage. Sorry about that. Now, the one thing that I wanted to touch upon, and I'm like upset that I can't actually show this. And let me just see if I can fix some things here. Yeah, that's not going to work. Cancel. See, through OBS, I can show some things, and then other things don't show up. And I normally try and get this. I had the setup appropriate, but now the setup's not working the way that I want it to work, and I'm just going to try and check one more thing. It's not coming up for me here. So I'm going to leave it alone since it's not happening. What I wanted to say about noise reduction, I don't use the regular normal noise reduction process that most people do, where you highlight the noise and capture the noise print and take it out. I use a gate to take out the noise because I can control it real precisely with my gate, and I use a gate from Waves. You can probably use something like an NS1 as well. I know you guys have been raving about that. I have NS1. I haven't played around much with it, but NS1 to me is just a gate to take out the noise, and you can literally hear it leave as you adjust the slider, which is a great thing for noise reduction. And the reason that I use a gate as opposed to the normal noise reduction is because a lot of times, and you guys have heard this, you'll take out the noise and it affects your voice. It affects what you actually hear. And then you've got to decide how to slide this and slide that, and it's too much. But let's see. All right, Mage is saying the Alctron MK2. Mage, I still don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, dude. I just don't know what you mean. I have no context. Let's see. Mr. Drummings, Earl, the mic raw seems to lack a bit on the bottom end. Yes, it's a very bright mic. I said that earlier. Maybe you're just coming in. But I said that what I hear is the highs are very present, can almost be tinny. A lot of tinniness in the high end. That's why in my EQing, I left my bass in, which normally I roll off. I left it in, and I took down the highs. I took them down a bit so that it wouldn't be as tinny or as more high end in it. I didn't need that. And that's something you can play with any mic that you use. Is it going to need to have more bass in it, or is it going to need to have more highs in it? You're going to have to determine this for any mic. You're going to have to set your EQ. But you are absolutely right. The low end is lacking. The bottom end is definitely lacking, and you're going to have to add bass in if you're going to use this mic. Mr. Drummings, personally, I don't like to do a whole lot of processing on the front end, but in this case, the tweaks you may definitely help to deliver a warmer, richer sound. And that's, kind of what you want to get at, is a warmer, richer sound. So thanks a lot for that, Mr. Drummings. Ben Wake, NS1 works great for noise that comes through behind vocals. Gate works great in between speaking, but noise can creep through the while you speak. Yes, that is definitely true. And that's why you definitely have to understand what you need to put in your rack, and the order in which you use your rack makes the order and how you set your rack up. And when I do the webinar on Adobe Audition, we're going to be going through some of that as well. So that's going to be coming up in the next couple of weeks. This weekend, this coming Sunday, as you probably already know, I'm going to be doing Audacity training, and we're going to deep dive into that and see how all of that comes together. So I'm excited about the webinar that's coming up this weekend. And the first 10 people that register, I don't know where we are right now. We may already have 10, But if you go ahead and register, you can be in a drawing to get this microphone that I'm speaking on right now. I will send it to you. And what else I will do for the winner, I'll autograph the mic. I'll actually put my autograph on the mic if you want, but I'll speak to the winner before I do that. Do you want my autograph on the mic, or do you just want the raw mic? And we'll go from there. The Alctron CM6 Mk2 with that mic. This is the Alctron CM6 Mk2. Mage, I'm sorry, I don't get what you're asking. You're going to have to write it out for me. I am not understanding you. You will have to write out exactly what you mean. All right, Mage, noise gate for the test with the Alctron CM6 Mk2 would be cool to see and hear. Okay, now I understand that. The noise gate would be cool to see and hear. I can't do that. Here I'd have to record it first and then share it with you like I just did. Or what I can do, hey, you know what? I'll let you hear it without the noise gate, and I'll play with the noise gate as I'm doing this. That'll work. So let me go ahead. Oh, there we are, full screen. And we're going to transition over. So now you see that, and I'm going to go here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start playing this, and I will announce when I am taking the noise gate off and when I am putting it on. So I'm going to start off with the noise gate off. I just clicked it off, so you should have been able to see that right on screen. I'm going to turn my mic off, and all you have to do is see when I turn the gate on, when I turn the gate off, and you'll hear the difference. All right, so let's start with the gate on, and I'm going to turn my mic off, and we'll go from here. Okay, so this is the test of the Alctron CM6 Mk2. Doing a little test here to see what the sound quality is going to be like. Just recording in my open studio, not in my whisper room, just to get a sound check to see what this actually sounds like with and without processing. I'm recording in an environment that it would be kind of comparable to someone that just has a home studio that's kind of operating in an open room and needs to record voiceover. Okay, so you guys heard that. I ended it with no processing at all. But I turned off the noise gate, and you saw as I was doing that, turning that noise gate off and on. So what did you think about that? Could you hear the difference in what I was doing, especially at the end where I completely turned off all processing again? So hopefully you guys and gals were able to see that and hear that. Let me know if you were able to hear that. Mage is saying the gate is a little too tight. It cuts off the beginning and the end of your sentences. It probably could. It very well could. As again, I just put this together real quick. Didn't do a lot on it. So that could be something that's there. I didn't hear that in my headphones. But that could be something as far as a delay with everything else. Because even though I did this quick, I made sure that you could hear it all the way through. So it could be a glitch in transition going over to YouTube or whatever. But the overall sound is what I'm looking at. Because on my end, when I listen to it, it doesn't cut off words. I know enough about gating to know that. But let's see here. See what else is coming in. The Ben is saying the VO Rebel signature special. Laugh out loud. The Alctron chaotic eyeball clone with the mic. Yeah, I'm going to be doing that probably either later this week or at the beginning of this week because I've got it. This is the new one, the PF8 Pro, and this works obviously with this microphone as well. So maybe tomorrow I'll do that for you guys if you want to hear what that sounds like. I can do a recording. I'm not going to have it on right here. I'll just do a recording with it so that you can actually hear all of that instead of going back and forth. I'm just going to do it. I'll sit right here and do it, and do a recording of that so that you can hear what that sounds like. All right. Steve was saying chain in Audacity, stack, rack chain. Yeah. Yeah, they do have that in Audacity. Good morning, Jimmy. Judy listens and tries to learn from everyone. Awesome. Good comparison between gate on and off. Well, this is the mic, guys. This is how it sounds, how it rolls, how I've used it. I did not use it in my booth. I just used it here sitting in my open space. Because most of you are sitting in spaces like this with treatment on the walls like I have in front of me, behind me, and all that kind of stuff. So this would be a good test as opposed to me getting in the booth and doing it, because most of you guys don't have a booth, which is cool because I didn't most of my career. And I worked in spaces where I used blankets and all that kind of stuff. So this would give you the best raw deal as far as to actually hear what goes on with this particular microphone. But I thank you guys for the feedback, most definitely. But if you want a shot at getting this microphone for free, with or without the Earl Hall signature, I'll even put Earl Hall Rebel. I'll even do that. Thanks, Ben, for that idea. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead. There's a link in the description. You can register for the webinar coming up this Sunday, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be doing deep dive into Audacity, because literally half of my audience uses Audacity and the other half pretty much uses Adobe Audition. And then we've got the GarageBand folks and the Pro Tool folks and all that other kind of stuff that make up like this much of the overall. Most everyone is using either Audacity or Adobe Audition. And I know everyone's going to put in the comments right now, I use this and I use that. So I can see that already probably going to happen, which is cool. But any questions for you guys? Because hey, that's it. That's the show. Make sure that if you're not subscribed to the channel, do that. Subscribe to the channel and make sure that you tick the bell so that the bell notification, so that you know when I go live or when I upload another video. And I'm missing right now. Oh gosh, I'm making noise. I'm missing my Electro Voice RE320 right now. It's like I got to get this back on my boom. I love this microphone, absolutely love it. But obviously from time to time I'm going to do reviews of microphones, especially when folks are sending me stuff for free, which is a good deal. So, hey, I want to thank you guys for being here with me today. It means a lot that you even bother to show up. It really does. And I don't take it for granted. I love all of you guys. I definitely appreciate you tuning in, you commenting, you sharing the videos that I produce every day. It just means a tremendous amount to me. If you're not members of the Facebook group at Steps to Voiceover Success, you want to make sure that you do that too. A ton of great info over there. Also, make sure that you follow me on Instagram. If you've got Instagram and you use it, I do every day, Instagram/Earl Hall Studio or at Earl Hall Studio on Instagram. If you're a Twitter guy, Twitter head, it's Earl Hall VO, at Earl Hall VO on Twitter, at Earl Hall Studio on Instagram, and we can go from there. Thanks so much, guys, for being here with me today, and I will definitely, God willing, be here with you tomorrow. So you have a great day. God bless.